Well, hello everyone and welcome to the Darwin Incident Episode 8, Visitors. Last time we had the resolution of the school shooting plotline, which, was very good. I like that quite a lot. And then we ended the episode, I guess, with the town basically showing up at Charlie's house and saying, man, we don't want you here. And then Lucy's about to show up too. So where's this going to go? I don't know. Probably not anywhere good. I don't think this is going to be a good outcome from this. But I also don't think they're going to move houses. So I guess we'll find out. But let's get started. Is there going to be another attack? Oh no, it's a vegan restaurant. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, okay, anti-vegan stuff. That makes sense, I guess. Public safety. Oh my god, James Bame reference. Good. Jesus. Where's Heisenberg? My god. Oh my god, Lucy, we'll go to jail. That's assault. Oh my lord. He's hurting her. Oh my god. True. Oh my god. The only solace is this is an old man and he'll die somewhat soon in the next 10 years. Oh my god. This is not good. Jesus. Oh my god. I hate him. I hate this guy more than the police guy. Oh my god. Ooh. Oh my goodness. I hate these people. What does that mean? I can't even tell if that was like a moral condemnation of like there are things that the law doesn't cover morally, or if it's like we're gonna get you outside of the law. You should definitely go home, Lucy. Your mum is gonna freak out. Genteel? What does that mean? No, it's obviously not. Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god, we love the police guy now. True. You could just ask him. There's a chance Charlie would be okay with going, right? Willingly. Oh my god. I like the vibe here. The rain, playing chess outside. Yeah, what did that mean? I got no idea. Oh, okay. He's a big Beatles fan. I don't know anything about the Beatles for context. My god. He's passionate about it all. It might be useful information, right? I love the vibe of the scene, like the colors and everything. The sound, the setting, it's all so good. Okay, he's trying to de-escalate. 10年前の件で誰よりもあの猿の危険性を主張していたのはお前だったろう。それは Philo's turned around to what? My goodness. Yeah, that is a good point. Yeah. And now, oh my god, it's frustrating. What a weak man. What do you do? Like, I don't even know. Like, at this point, it feels like it's a town in literal civil war with all the terrorism going on, like both sides. Cool shot. Cool shot again. The warp perspective and everything. Yeah, go to California. Oh my god. Good music. Man, this show has really good music sometimes. Aww. Jesus. I don't know about that. Man, the music is so good. Sure, good point. And you're the police who are meant to make it the way that it's meant to be, right? Not anywhere, there'll be people, right? Or places that are not like this. Some places move faster, some move slower for change. These goddamn cars in this show crack me up every time. I don't know what it is about them. Where's this? Oh, Max? That's Max's music, right? Yep. Uh-oh. Wow, sudden ending. Alright, so that was a good episode. That's probably one of the better ones of the season. I feel like this one, more so than all the other episodes, it had a lot more, like, simultaneous storylines, or not storylines, like plot threads or whatever, like, going on at the same time. Like, you had the whole, obviously, Charlie and Lucy storyline, then, and I guess also associated with them is the family, right? Like, them in the town. Then you've got, like, the police chief and the FBI, like, that storyline. You've got very briefly, we touch on the storyline with the US representative person, like, the government person. We've got the storyline with the town, like, leader, who, I wrote his name down, where is it? Oh, Ronnie Scholes, I think is what it was. I don't know, there's basically a lot of stuff going on, and I like it. Like, this is good. Like, when there's a bunch of different interesting plot threads that I'm interested to see where they go, and, you know, we're meeting a bunch of new characters like Ronnie and stuff, and the FBI people. So yeah, I like this. Good episode. Now, I feel like I say this every time for, like, every show I ever react to ever, but I truly don't have too much to say this time, okay? Now, the one main thing I want to talk about is that this show typically is focused on veganism. Like, there's other things it touches on. You know, it touches on, like, what does it mean to be human and stuff like that, which is, like, related to veganism, right? It touches on, I don't know, like, current, like, social things in America in terms of, like, anti-woke stuff and stuff like that, you know? But this episode specifically was very focused on societal change, more broadly. Now, I don't know if I have anything particularly interesting to say here, but it is interesting in that it portrayed it through a very, basically, it feels like a very modern portrayal of, like, this basically the way that society was kind of depicted in this is, like, my impression of, like, again, as someone who doesn't live in America, but has lived in America for a bit, but doesn't live there now, just my impression of, like, modern American society, especially in divisive, like, places, right? Where there are, like, a broad array of, like, involved parties. There's the religious guy, right, at the beginning. I don't know if it was like a priest or something. Like, he had a whole perspective on the human Z, right? About, like, him being like I don't know, some devil in God's eyes. Or so. He said something like that, right? Some implication of it being, like, anti-religious, right? There's, like, the influential local figure, like, in what was his name? Oh my god, I forgot his name again. It wasn't Ray, was it? Scholes? Something Scholes? I don't know, whatever his name was. He's, like, another, like, kind of figure who is influencing people behind the scenes, but also, like, influencing outright as, like, this is a person who is clearly a representative of the town, right? You've got the federal government, like, having a stake in, like, the societal change that's happening in this town with, like, the unrest, I guess, through the FBI, right? The Federal Bureau of Investigations. You've got the local police having a stake in terms of, like, what we're seeing Phil, like, his position is arrived at, which is that, you know, Like, obviously, Charlie's not related to any of this, but you probably need to leave anyway, right? So he obviously has a vested interest in keeping this family safe, but at the same time, like, accepting the reality that he sees as like a police officer, right? And then, of course, there's like the two extreme fringe groups who have the strongest positions on things, which are the extreme like vegan activists, terrorists, and then you've got the extreme non-vegan, anti-vegan terrorist like activists on that side, and they're basically they're on the verge of like a complete civil war of like, well, I guess they already are like civil warring amongst themselves, but it feels like the town is like on the verge of becoming a fighting ground for like a civil war. It's crazy, and it feels like very modern in a way that like I haven't seen many other shows do it. And I think the thing that makes it feel the most modern to me is the fact that this unrest, at least the most recent stage of this unrest, is built on an almost blatant falsehood, which is that Charlie is somehow involved with the ALA and that he shares in some way responsibility for what happened at the school, like in the last two episodes, which are both blatantly false. If you know the truth, like an observer like us who is watching the show and knows the true facts of what is happening, you know that obviously Charlie is not related to the ALA, and you know that he bears no responsibility for what happened at the school in like any sense of the word, right? Now, this is like a very, I like it as like a story element because it like mirrors real life and feelings that I have when it comes to like people who kind of completely disregard reality in terms of like the truth and anything. They have no interest in the truth whatsoever, or even coming to an understanding with the opposite group of people. And they arrive at their own conclusions, and they will not concede that they are wrong. I don't know. And this is just like a very, like, it's a mirror on reality. I don't know. Obviously with like modern politics and stuff and the whole, I don't even know what to say. Like, it's in every facet of like any discourse ever. I don't really have like a conclusion to say here, which is that, man, it's a depressing feeling when you try and think about people at large and how like people, like individual people you can talk to, but when you think of like big groups like acting in such a way, like with such diametrically opposed like positions on things, like I guess represented in the show through the vegans and the anti-vegans, right? Or I guess the anti-vegan and the anti-vegan or whatever. I don't know how best to say. Basically, they're two people who are like completely opposite. They exist in two different realities. And then there's like the whole group of people who hate Charlie for this, and I don't know. And then there's like people who are raising Charlie up as like a symbolic like member of their like ideology. It's a whole mess, just like reality. And I don't know, I like it. It's good, but I don't have too much to say beyond that. I don't have any like big conclusion here or anything. I just wanted to say it makes me feel interesting, which is cool. Like what happens when you have two groups of people who just have two different versions of reality in terms of both like veganism is okay and veganism is abhorrent. One of those is obviously marching toward progress, right? Which is the one that we would agree with, like watching this show. Like it is probably, if you are on the side of like the protagonists here, then you would be marching for the veganist, like vegan perspective, right? Like the way that Lucy is like making small steps and small changes to become more progressive in that regard. God, I feel like I'm completely rambling at this point. Let me center back on my initial thing, which is to say that everything is built on a falsehood of like Charlie's involvement in all this and the responsibility he bears. And it is very frustrating that all these people, like there are people like obviously Lucy, Charlie's family, and Phil, who completely understand that Charlie has no responsibility in any of this. Then there's like literally there's going to be, at first I was going to say it's literally everyone else, but it's not literally everyone else. It's like there's a big middle ground of people who just have no opinion and no interest whatsoever. And then there's going to be the big, like, people who are obviously against Charlie, like the big giant group of like the actual conservative, religious, like anti-vegan who associate him with the veganist movement and all that. Like basically there's going to be like that entire group of people who are going to hate Charlie. Then there's going to be the complete other group of people who are like the vegans who believe that Charlie is kind of like the next stage in evolution, or like the next like person who is representing the rights of animals, and all of them who like there's the frustrating elements to them, like I was saying like last episode about Gale and how he's like putting the false responsibility on Charlie. And there's going to be the people who genuinely have a good interest and think that like Charlie could make a good difference. I don't know, there's interested parties like everywhere. It feels very messy. It feels like there's no clean solution. And we've got obviously Bert, that's his name, right? Charlie's dad, who is pushing for progress and still has enough faith in humanity to like not resort to these crazy like terroristic measures and actually believe in progress, but stay still in the town. I don't know. All of this is interesting to me. I don't have any clear thing. It sounds like I am basically rambling at this point, but I liked it. Separate to this, I only have one other note, which is about the music. I like this a lot. I liked it so much that I went to the Wikipedia page and I saw who is making this music and I wanted to shout them out, okay? Because, you know, my big influence, there'll be like 30 people who watch this. So if you're listening right now, of those 30, there's probably like 10 people who make it to this part. So congratulations for hearing my words right now. And the two people who are credited on Wikipedia are Alyssa Hazama, okay, and Mariko Horikawa. Okay, so they make great music. This show, I think, in terms of production, the music is the thing that is consistently like the best. I don't think the animation is particularly like anything special. I would probably say it's on the much lower end of all the anime that I've seen. Every now and then there was some cool like directing and cool shots. Like this episode specifically, the part at the end just with Phil and Bert like talking to each other. I think all of that was like directed really well. But there are a lot of like weak moments of animation for sure. But the music is never weak. Like it is a consistent great thing, including like things that aren't part of the soundtrack, but like the opening song I love a lot. The ending's like pretty good too. I don't have a big like love of it like I do the opening, but it's still pretty good. But yeah, anyway, the music's great. Now my final thing is just two questions. One is that what does the FBI want? Now the initial gut reaction is that, oh, you know, Charlie is like they want his DNA so they can like experiment with him or something like that. I don't know why. Like that's just the immediate thing you think of when the FBI is getting involved, or they want to like secretly take someone and like experiment with them or something like that. But what do they actually want? I have no idea. It could be anything. Maybe they think it could be leveraged politically for some like federal agenda. I truly don't know. But they clearly want something. Then then also something interesting got raised in this episode, which is the idea that Max himself, which we don't know, it's obviously not his real name, but he might not actually be a vegan at all. He might just literally be using this veganism movement to like just capitalize on the chaos it creates. Now, I don't know what made me think this. Like, I think it was very clearly like someone almost basically suggested this in this episode, but it is interesting. Yeah. Like what is he aiming for? If not like a vegan world, like what could he truly want? Like he obviously has a big interest in Charlie, but is Charlie he's interested in Charlie because he can destabilize the world? Or is it because he actually has an interest in Charlie himself? I don't know. No conclusion. But we'll find out soon. You know, there's only like what, 3, 4, what number are we? 8 out of like 13. So there's what, 5 episodes left, something like that. I'm looking forward to it. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and see you next time.